Categorizing without creating a quagmire. Suppose a group is mired in a discussion of what is a service versus a managed service versus a professional service. The group can swirl around and around. It may be possible to break out of this swamp. This kind of categorization problem can be attacked as follows. Step 1. Recognize that you have distinct categories. Step 2. Recognize that you may be able to establish criteria for sorting candidates into the appropriate category. Step 3. Validate and, if needed, refine the criteria through test cases. Note that it is fair to collapse, remove, or add categories, adjust criteria, allow a given candidate to occupy more than one category, and allow a given candidate to occupy different categories at different times. Let's look at the application of these ideas a little further. As an exercise, here are straw man definitions of the terms under discussion. The point is not the definitions per se, just an illustration of using descriptions. A service is something offered to the market that does not require redevelopment for each new customer. The service can offer customization. Perhaps engraving is available, but only one of a specific sets of fonts and number of lines are supported. But whatever the customization, it is only supported within predefined bounds. The service may use, but should not depend, on one specific customer's data to serve another. The price for a service is defined in advance. The price may be fixed based on volume, customer's business size, etc. A service is for a single engagement which can contain multiple parts. Of course, a customer may use the service more than once. Examples of services that use no customer data are news feeds and weather reports. An example of a service that uses only the customer's data is a language translation. A managed service is a delivery model for a service. Under this model, rather than the engagement scope and pricing being set for a single work stream, a standing agreement is pre-negotiated, and typically the service is provided repeatedly. Another facet of a managed service is the managing part. Some fraction of the coordination, operation, monitoring, and so on related to the customer's use of the service is provided by the managed service provider, relieving this burden and responsibility from the shoulders of the customer. Examples of managed services are outsourced IT functions, a help desk, and new computer onboarding for a company. A professional service is something offered to a specific customer, and the particulars of the deliverables are, at least in part, crafted on a per-engagement basis. Often a professional service relies on a specific customer's data. Often, a professional service generates new intellectual property. The price for the professional service cannot be determined without study, often through a small initial engagement. An example professional service is preparing architectural plans for a custom home. In the technology world, enterprise resource planning, ERP, integration is a professional service. In the financial world, a comprehensive audit is a professional service. With these definitions in hand, the sorting process can begin. Note that criteria that do not support dividing candidates need not be used. Further, anyone should be able to apply the criteria and achieve the same results. The sorter should not affect the sorting. In place of paragraph-length descriptions, I could have used a criteria list, Venn diagrams, etc. A repeatable process is what's important. It is not necessary to agree on my definitions. The important thing is the process. Step 1, define categories. Step 2, define criteria for assignment to a category. Step 3, test. Lastly, differences may boil down to matters of preference or taste. The point is that categorization comes up often, and you need a method for managing the sorting. In general, the more effective and consistently applied the technique, the more smoothly each categorization process will run, and the more readily the organization will accept the results.